Chapter 16, Your Sexual Energy, the Flower Metaphor. You have believed many taboos in the area of sexuality. Let's start with the understanding that sexuality is divine. Just like anything on this earth, sexuality can take the form of the divine or it can be brought to an illusional state where it benefits no one and it only harms. Purity of heart is important when it comes to sexuality. Do you remember the story in your Christian Bible? The apostles were fighting about whether or not it was lawful to eat meat and food that were not permitted by the Mosaic law. But Peter had a vision liberating him to eat anything that his heart would allow. In other words, don't go against your heart. The law is in your heart. Sexuality, or anything for that matter that draws you to feelings of guilt and fear, should be avoided until the feelings accompanying it can be dealt with first. As I have said before, you have attached feelings and ascribed fears and pain to things in your life that were not created for fear. When sexuality was created, its purpose was for the divine union of two souls. It was a metaphor for godliness and intimacy with the Creator. So begin by finding where you developed such fears and pain about sexuality. Discover again the workings of your sexual nature, this time experiencing sexuality in new light. Sexuality can be used to propagate, it can be used for pleasure, it can be used for intimacy, and your sexual energy can also be used for the healing of the body. Let's look at a flowering bush. Each spring, the bush presses all its energy toward the flowering process. This would be likened in your own life as a time of developing your talents and prospering as well. When the flowers lose their vitality and vibrancy in the midst of the withering bloom, a seed pod appears. This seed pod represents your sexual energy. If the bush is left to its natural course, the energy of the plant would direct itself to the seed pod and press forth into the universe to multiply. Soon it will burst with seeds, replenishing the earth with new growth. This is perfectly fine. However, if the seed pod is plucked, then the energy of regeneration goes back into the plant to fortify it, causing it to have many more blooms the next year. This is fine too. Your sexual energy can be used to heal your own body in this same way. With the thought and intention of healing the body and mind, draw yourself into a meditative state. As you quiet your mind and body, direct your energy toward your sexual organs. Just by directing your energy there, begin to stimulate just enough arousal to feel a warmth in your organs. There are not many things in your life that are so closely related to your mind as your sexual organs. Be aware of how powerful this energy can be if directed toward divine union and healing. Send pure and loving thoughts in the direction of your sexual organs. Ask for the cleansing water of spirit to wash your mind and body of all sexual misconceptions. Begin to see your entire body, including your sexual organs, as part of divine creation. Imagine the joy you will have when you engage in this divine process. Now, simply and quietly begin to direct this flow of warm sexual energy throughout your entire body. Let it first ascend into the intestines and stomach, then the chest until it rises completely to your mind and brain and throughout each of your limbs. If you are consistent and enter the flow correctly, you may even feel slightly lightheaded. The feeling should be divine and beautiful. Know this, there's nothing more honorable than to sacrifice the ritualistic pleasure of the body for the healing of the body. Herein, you'll enter into your divine union with yourself that supersedes your human ego nature.